You are listening to Hillary Topper on Air, the small business podcast to help you grow both personally and professionally. And now, here's your host, Hillary Topper.
For endurance athletes, finding effective pain relief solutions is crucial for maintaining peak performance and pushing through the physical challenges of long distance training and competition. I'm Hillary Topper, and this is Hillary Topper on Air, the Endurance Sports Edition. Today, I have the great pleasure of introducing you to Craig DiGiovanni, the owner and CEO of Medi-Dyne Healthcare Products Ltd. Welcome to the show, Craig.
Hey, thanks for having me, Hillary. I'm really excited to be here and appreciate the opportunity.
So, with your extensive experience in the healthcare industry, what inspired you to establish Medi-Dyne and focus on pain relief and injury prevention?
We've been in business 26 years, and the business we were in before was actually we were in disposable medical products. We sold mainly into the acute care market, and it's a great business, but it was becoming overregulated and just harder and harder to develop products in and really make a difference. And we saw this opportunity off in the distance because really what's happening even today was starting to happen back then, and that is we saw this aging population market growing, and it wasn't just a bigger segment of people, but these people were more active. And then, of course, as today, we saw the healthcare costs continuing to rise. And on top of all that, it was kind of the onset of more and more information through the internet and mobile devices being available to people, which allowed the opportunity for them to educate themselves on how to deal with a lot of the common injuries that especially endurance athletes, face and experience. And so we just kind of saw that this confluence of these really big factors happening, which again, I think are still happening today. And we want to be a part of that. We want to be a part of really having a positive effect on people's lives. In today, our company moniker is products that keep people moving. And that has a wide range of meaning for a lot of different people, but ultimately comes down to the same thing. It keeps people moving and doing what they want to do, what they love to do. Whether it's being an endurance athlete or even just getting up and going to work every day. We try to and pride ourselves in allowing people to get past injuries and the pain that they're experiencing to continue doing what they love to do.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more older people getting into triathlons and endurance sports, people in their 50s, 60s, even 70s. I mean, I have some people in my group who are in their 70s who are just amazing athletes. And you're right. We tend to break down. We all tend to break down, and we do need that injury and prevention, as well as some of the tools that you supply at Medi-Dyne. So can you talk a little bit about you have 4 different brands, and can you talk about each one and tell us a little bit about the products that you have in each of these categories?
Sure. We started the company with our Thule's brand, and Thule's is a brand that was started by a podiatrist. And funny little story. He had a son playing Pop Warner football. He's the star running back of the team. He develops heel pain, and he can't play. And his dad's a foot doctor, so he's kind of got to be the laughing stock of the team. And he didn't take kindly to that, so he went about developing a product that took away his son's heel pain. And before long, other parents in the team are asking for the same product because their kids' feet are hurting, and then kids on other teams and kids in his practice. And before long, he realized that he really was onto something here. And the Thule's Heel Cup was born, and that's a product that's sold in 70 countries around the world now.
Wow.
And we've got actually a full selection of different Thule's Heel Cups. And then over time, we've expanded that product line, mainly in the podiatry market, to include arch supports, insoles, and specialty products that address a lot of different types of injuries and pain that people experience. And again, we sell them all over the world, but they're really based on a fundamental, I guess, philosophy of providing a product that really works. And the Thule's Heel Cup was a product that he designed after the design that's already naturally found in our feet, and he mimicked that design and formed the heel cup, and then developed some proprietary materials. So now, we not only have the best performing, but the longest lasting products on the market. And we really, again, take a lot of pride in that because, it's really important, most important. I mean, there's, the most important thing about any product we put out is we have to know it works. And so, most of our products are kind of born in the medical industry, and they're proven by medical professionals. And then they have to be easy to use, and they have to be affordable. And part of being affordable is they have to be really good value. So when you look at any of our products, those three things, those three characteristics, you'll find in any product we put out there. And then the Chopac product line is a line of bracing products that was designed by an orthotist. He was a runner, had runner's knee, and he couldn't solve the problem, so he went about designing a product that took away his runner's knee. And same kind of story, he started selling it, and it just took off. And he was the original knee strap. I mean, there's a lot of people that produce knee straps now, but that was the original one. And he designed a whole line of bracing products, some common, some very specialty type products, like a swimmer's arm brace. And there's nobody else that makes something like that. And he actually worked with the Mayo Clinic in designing some of our products. And so, again, they're products that were born in the medical industry, and they're still recommended by medical professionals all over the world. And they're really good quality products. The ProStretch product line is our line of stretching and massaging products. They're some of those are very specialized products, and some are, common products. But a wide range of products to help people deal with a lot of, variety of different issues, really, that deal with almost any part of your body. And so, it's really in the last, 10 or 15 years, I think people really started to understand the value of stretching and massaging more than they have in the past, especially for endurance athletes. It's not just a performance enhancer, but it's an injury prevention. I tell people this all the time, and they want, when you tell them it, they get it. But, especially as we get older, we lose muscle mass, we lose bone density, we lose lung capacity. But the one thing we don't have to lose is flexibility. And yet flexibility is the number one cause of soft tissue injury as we grow older. So if we would just stretch and keep ourselves flexible, we would eliminate a lot of the common injuries that we experience. And then the last product line, the fourth one, is our 2Times product line, which is a full line of blister, chafing, odor, and sweat prevention products. And those are really meant to enhance people's performance and keep them doing what they want to do. I was running marathons, and I kept getting blisters in between my toes, and I tried all kinds of different things. And I finally started using the Blister Shield product, and man, it just worked so well. I couldn't believe how well it worked. And I started looking into the other products they were carrying, and just fell in love with the products as an endurance athlete myself. And the founder of it, one of the Toms, actually, there were actually two guys named Toms. One was an MIT scientist, and one was a businessman. And they were hiking friends, and that's how they developed the products. But they kind of developed the products in their retirement age anyways, and they just wanted to go off and do other things. And so we bought the product line from them. And again, it was more out of personal passion for the products, but we've continued to grow and expand that product line well to include some other specialty products. And so those are the four product lines. And really, when you look at an endurance athlete in their training, in you know, whether it's swimming, biking, or running, there's application for some of our products in every one of those activities.
Yeah, when I went to the running event and I met you guys at one of the booths, I was given the Showpod uh dual
Dual
uh
action knee brace.
thank you. And I've been using that and finding it fantastic. I'm not running without wearing that.
That product has been around a while, but it's developed a cult following, really. I
Mm,
mean, you wouldn't believe how many people, just wear those things out and they have to have another one. And there's a lot of products that try to mimic that product, but it is a very well-made, high-quality product that really works. And again, it's really got kind of a cult following out there in the market.
yeah, it just seems like there's always issues between your knees, your plantar fasciitis, your Achilles tendonitis. I mean, as a runner, we definitely run the gamut when it comes to injuries. So thank you for all of those great products. So how do you ensure that all of these brands continue to innovate and meet evolving needs of your customers? I mean, are you uh having like lots of feedback? Are you reevaluating products? How are you testing and getting the word out about them?
Yeah, so it's really a continual process, and it starts in the development stage. Again, we have to know the product works, and generally we want it to work better than anything else on the market. Otherwise, why put it out there, right? I mean,
Right.
if there's already something there,
Yeah.
I mean, you're not really doing anything. And so we like to find ways to do things better, and we test those, and we prove it to ourselves first, and then we go out to whether it's medical professionals or even athletes, and we test the product. And what we want to know is the product really works and preferably works better than anything else out in the market. And that's important to us because,
Hmm.
we're not a huge catalog of millions of different products. And we could be one of those companies. We could source a bunch of products like other people and just have them available. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's application for that, but that's not who we are. We really try to make a difference in the products we offer and how they affect people's lives. And then, as we continue to sell the product, we get a lot of feedback through reviews and people emailing us, people we talk to at the shows like we met you, and we take that feedback and we're constantly looking for ways to improve the product because
Hmm.
we want
It's
to be the
great.
best, that
Yeah,
plain and simple. And then,
absolutely. Yeah.
and a lot of times it's people, even medical professionals, coming to us and saying, "Hey, we really need this product to do this," and so we go about trying to figure that out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. That's great. All right. Before we move on, I just have to say that I'm so appreciative of our sponsor and must take the time out to thank them. Please support our sponsor and tell them that you heard about them on Hillary Topper on Air. Special thanks to Playtry, Swim, Bike, Run, a retail and online bike and multi-sport specialist. Now back to you, Craig. So, can you share any success stories or testimonials? I mean, it's funny, I just actually got a testimonial today from a friend. I posted on Instagram and somebody wrote to me and said, "Oh, two Toms, that's my favorite product." So, can you, but I'm sure there's millions out there. If any of them stand out to you, that would be great.
Gosh, there's so many. I mean, we get reviews back from people almost daily, but there's people that, boy, they deal with plantar fasciitis, as you mentioned, and it's a really difficult issue to get rid of. But when you have an athlete, I remember one person in particular said, "Gosh, I've been training and training and training for this marathon, and 2 weeks before the marathon, I developed plantar fasciitis, and I was desperate.
Mm,
And somebody turned me on to your Pro Stretch Plus, and I started using it to stretch. And within a week, it was gone, and I competed in my marathon. And I can't thank you enough." And that's exactly where we want to be, right? Especially for those difficult things. But it's also the everyday stuff. I was actually down in Colombia, South America, a couple of weeks ago. We have a customer down there, and the general manager of the customer uses our sports shield every day. And he said, and he's a runner and he's a triathlete, runner, biker, swimmer, and his wife is a runner and biker as well. And he said we both use it every single day. And
Wow.
I mean, when you're touching people's lives every day, that's kind of cool. And just, it allows them to enjoy that process more.
Hmm.
Because, if you're out on a long run and you develop chafing, that's all you're thinking about.
Oh, it's
You
awful.
aren't, there's no joy anymore. That's all
No.
you think about. And so, I mean, those are just a couple little stories, but I mean, I could probably go through every product in our product line, and we've received feedback from people in help in understanding, what a meaningful impact it's had on their lives. And that's what we come to work for every day, to have those kind of differences in people's lives.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny because in your Pro Stretch line, there were a couple of products that I had just in the house that I've been using, like the original blue calf and foot stretcher. I've been using that for years. So I'm sure that people probably have these products and don't even realize that you make them. So it's actually pretty cool. Can you tell us a little bit more about any upcoming product launches or developments, or is that all hush hush?
No, we are working on a couple of products for a two-lease product line, some specialty products, plantar fasciitis related, and some
Mm,
other, issues that people deal with on a regular basis. We've got a couple of products in the ProStretch product line we're working on a new product for the CHOPAP product line. And so we've got half a dozen or so products in process right now, that we hope to be launching throughout the rest of the year. So yeah, it's exciting. You just mentioned the Pro Stretch, and it made me think, kind of tying back to one of your other questions, how do you make products better? And
mm,
that product's been in the market a long time, and it is the most well-known product for stretching your Achilles and calf.
mm-hmm.
But through a lot of feedback that we heard out in the market, we realized it was a one-size-fits-all product, and there's a lot of people who had, feet that were almost too big for it. And so we took some of that, advice, and we did
Oh,
some more research, and we developed the Pro Stretch Plus, which is a product that actually weighs the same amount, but it's bigger, it's a little bit wider, so it's a little more stable over platform, accommodates more people's feet, and it's adjustable. So you can actually increase or decrease the stretch and customize it for your needs,
wow.
which is really, a unique feature. And then it's got a toe lift. So if you've got plantar fasciitis and you really need to stretch that plantar fascia, there's nothing that stretches it better than that product. And so I think that's just a great example of taking that input and modifying it and re-engineering something to really perform better.
Definitely. That's really interesting. So there are individuals who are new to using supportive products for pain relief or injury prevention. What advice would you offer in terms of selecting the right products and incorporating them into their daily routines? How do they find out about this? Like,
Well, our website, Medi-Dyne.com, has a lot of information on there, not just on the products, but on injuries, on a lot of these common injuries that we're attacking, like plantar fasciitis
hmm.
and Achilles tendonitis and calf strains and back pain and all kinds of different things. And we try to provide a comprehensive look at, defining what the problem is, what a lot of common causes are, and common solutions, and not just our products, but here's some other things you should be doing. It might be icing or heating or, whatever.
Hmm.
And so, I think it's important, and that's a core part of our philosophy beyond our products. We really want to educate people on their injury, what causes it, and how you can not just take away the pain, but how can you resolve what's causing the pain. That's where I think a lot of companies fall short. And so our philosophy is we really don't sell products, we sell solutions. And solutions is really a comprehensive strategy of education and a combination of products that take away the pain and then products that solve the problem. And so, I think that's something I would encourage people to do when they have an injury. Don't go looking just for a product. Look for a really good solution.
Absolutely. And I absolutely love your tagline, products that keep people moving. I just think that just resonates across the board. I mean, you don't even have to be an endurance athlete to understand that. And I think that's great. So tell us again where listeners can learn more about Medi-Dyne, the 4 different brands, and everything else about you guys, like where, again, with the website, the blog, and that type of thing.
Yeah, so our website is metadyne.com. With or without the hyphen, actually, we spell it with a hyphen, but you can not use the hyphen, you'll still get there. And really, any one of our brands, Thule's, ProStretch, Chopad, or Two Toms, will bring you to the same place. So if there's any one of those brands that you're in particular interested in, it'll take you there. And when you get to the website, you can kind of look by brand, or you can look by injury. So 2 different ways you can kind of navigate our website to get a better feel for different things that we offer and the education. We also have quite a few videos on our YouTube channel, and a lot of those links are on the website. There's even more just on YouTube. We provide a lot of PDF educational material, some blogs, and if people have specific questions, we have live people here. We're not the AI gurus. I still believe actually in live people. I believe in relationships, and that's important to me. And so, you can call in here, and we've got a good customer service team that can answer a lot of questions. And if they can't, myself or somebody else here can, and we can even put you in contact with medical professionals, I guess, if you really needed, information. But we really want people to understand what they're experiencing and how we can best help them, and we want to be a value to them. I don't want people to buy our products just to buy them. That I've got no interest in that. I want for people to have a positive experience working with Medi-Dyne, and allow them, again, as you said, keep doing what they love to do. Keep them moving and keep doing what they love to do. That's what we come to work for every day.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much, Craig, for being on the show. I also want to thank our sponsor once more, Play Tribe Swim Bike Run, a retail bike shop and multi-sport specialist. For more information, visit playtrystore.com. I also want to thank you, our listeners, for tuning in. If you want more information on this show or any other show, visit our website at hillarytopper.com, or you can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Amazon Alexa, you name it, we're out there. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time.